So I've been asked to do a little bit of a shop tour, which I have no problem with, even though everything's in a total chaos right now. But when is it ever not in chaos? So working from the front, I've got a red rolling cart. It really doesn't roll at the moment. I just kind of use it for my heavier tools. I've got one of these toolboxes, which just looked cool, and it's got all my screwdrivers and sockets, hammers. There's all that stuff in there. I'm using those food containers I was telling you about to keep everything organized inside the drawers, and then regular supplies underneath. This is the bench I already had built when I was already putting the garage together before the car, and so I attached a air tool holder on the side. Simple thing, couple of screws in there, a couple of bolts in there, and it holds all my air tools. I had made that organizer out of spare plywood. I bought that organizer just to get everything up off the workbench and kind of sort of organize where I can grab stuff. The people in my subdivision are continually upgrading their closet spaces and tossing out shelving. So I've been collecting shelving over the past 2 years, and then I'll buy the pieces underneath and use the shelving to expand my storage. So that's where all my spray cans of paint are. I have one underneath here that goes all the way across. That's all my magazines, my Mustang Monthly magazines, and my when I get to epoxying the car, all that's ready to go. This I bought that's supposed to attach to a wall, but since that workbench is so deep, I really couldn't reach it if it was all the way up there. So I just suspended it with chain underneath the heavy racks. The heavy racks have been great. I'm going to tell you right now. They create usable storage space that you can access easily without going up in an attic. They allow you to hang shop lights underneath and other items hang underneath. That fan, I bought 2 of those and just bolted it to the bottom of a spot underneath the heavy racks. I've got another one over here. So I've got 2 decent sized fans providing ventilation in the storage. You always have to have Yoda, of course. So these racks are pretty amazing. I don't know that the company is still selling them, which is really strange, but they're super heavy duty. And so we have a tandem garage, so we have 3 spaces and not just 2. So that gives me the ability to have even more room. All of that shelving was donated or saved from the trash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. And then I bought your typical vertical supports and your shelf supports and just laid it all up in there. So I keep all my stuff up here. This is all the things I need to kind of look in the box to see. Bright work pieces to know what I have and what I don't have. So I keep those in long boxes I got those from Target. There's the steering box and the front sway bar and the radio. Door sills. Again, pieces that don't really fit in anywhere are great to be able to make a shelf, a very short space for a shelf to put things in. There's my center console that I restored. Here's more pieces that I restored up there. That's probably the AC unit in there. These black boxes are just components that I've been purchasing over the last year, and just organized them that way. So I had identical boxes that were fairly sturdy that I could keep all the stuff in one particular space. And again, here's more organizers to keep everything squared away and organized. This side's really not organized at all. It's just kind of like whatever. This is my rolling workbench that I usually would roll out in the middle of the floor before I had to put the car in here. So eventually this will be out. Leaning up against all these shelves is my full Dynacorn floor assembly waiting to go in the car hopefully within the next 30 days or so. I'm pretty excited about getting close to that. Underneath here I have my Global West subframe connectors ready to go. Up there are my convertible parts for the convertible top. Those 2 bins are all subframe connections and body part connections and all that. Over on this side, I used heavier duty Menards vertical supports and diamond plate style shelf supports and just regular plywood that I already had on hand to create some storage space on this side that I didn't really need access to, first-hand access. So I'm storing my air cleaner, dash pad, steering wheel. Those are the new chrome, not new, but new to me chrome bumpers. I think there's probably a fender up there as well, where I'm storing my paint for the house. And we have the front cowl, the dash, grills, steering column, rock guard, front balance, hubcaps I'm never going to use, the full interior upholstery that I finished way ahead of time. I don't remember what's up in that. I'm not sure what that could be. And again, there's the dash. There's a wall air conditioning unit that I kind of built a box around to expel the exhaust out and bring in air on the top. And then, of course, there's the patient, who's occupying half of the garage at the moment. And then all the pieces that have come off the car that are going to get tossed out here in the next week or so and go to the scrapyard. There's the rear end that we're saving. There's the front frame wheels. There's the gas tank. Assorted chunks of metal being removed. My Sawzall. This is what's left to be removed, which is the entire back support sections that would be replaced by the full floor Dynacorn assembly. There's the wheels and tires. 15-inch wheels and tires I got for $60, which I couldn't beat that price unless I wanted to. And here's the whole front end. It's just clamped together. It's not welded or anything, but I wanted it to start using some pieces that I've had in boxes forever. So I took out the export brace and the cross member, bolted them together to triangulate the entire front end, and it bolts up pretty good. And here's my IKEA garment hanger slash paint rack, which works very, very well. My shop vac, my air compressor, my plasma torch, my upgraded 220 line, and my two upgraded 120 circuits that I added to the garage because I kept blowing the circuit breakers. My Jegs body cart, and again the patient. So it's the basic shop tour. Certainly not at all organized. Needs to be more organized. I probably spend 40% of my time on coming in here, moving stuff around, trying to organize and reorganize. I finally got all that stuff put away. Finally got that shelf up to get all my paint, which was all over the place, organized that way. And eventually, within the next 50 to 60 days, I hope to get all of this rust done, this body sandblasted, brought back, get that put in here, cut that out, replace it with that, and start getting all these extra pieces, the cowl, the dash, the front end, the front end, and the goal is to have a working rolling chassis within the next 100 days, if not sooner. So, here's a little shop tour for you. If you want to show me pictures of your laboratory, I'm more than happy to see them, and it's on to the next adventure.